The command lsd is not displaying directories. Is there a way to get ls to only display directories instead of files and directories? Is there a way to get ls to only display directories instead of files and directories? From the man page. So if I type it at the directory, I expect to see only directories. Instead it shows. I was expecting lsd to show me this. Is there a way to get ls to only display directories instead of files and directories?
Your expectations are based upon DOS Think/Windows Think and are wrong. On MS-DOS, Windows, and indeed a few other IBM/Microsoft operating systems, wildcard expansion is done by the command itself, and things like the /A option to the dir command act as attribute filters during wildcard expansion. Dir expands wildcards like, which the command interpreter passes to it as is, and if /A is specified it applies the appropriate filters to what is returned. On some operating systems, the attribute filters can be given to the system call for enumerating a directory, and the operating system kernel, or its file system drivers, applies them itself. On Unisys and on Linux, wildcard expansion is done by the shell, and is oblivious to permissions. When, in the root directory, you do what the ls command itself receives from the shell is something like what the d/directory option does is turn off what normally happens next. What normally happens next is that ls looks at each of its arguments in turn, sees that they are directories, and decides to enumerate their contents. For arguments that name files, it just prints out the information for the file itself. With the D option, directories are treated just like files. So ls prints out the information for each of the directories that is passed as its arguments, just as it would do if they were files. So D is not a print-only directories option. In fact, not only is there no such option, there cannot be such an option. Wildcard expansion is done by the shell, and, in a POSIX sh at least, there's no way to tell the shell to check permission and file type bits when it expands into a list of names. To obtain a list of the names of directories alone, it is necessary either to use the find command, as explained by Stank 1013, or to use the trick that a path name ending with a / implies the directory entry, as explained by Jin. Jin's trick ends up with the ls command receiving the arguments. Because the pattern is in fact matching path names with two components, the second being empty, and so isn't quite doing what was desired. In particular, it will treat symbolic links pointing to directories as if they were directories. The behavior of lsd without a is a simple extension of the above. One simply has to know one more thing about ls. When it is given no arguments, it assumes a default argument of dot. Now without the D option, the aforementioned behavior leads to the contents of the directory named by dot being enumerated and the information for its contents displayed. With the D option, the directory dot is treated just as if it were a file, and its own information is displayed, rather than its contents enumerated.
You can use lsd/ or lsd./ for hidden directories.
Try this. To get just directories under your current location.
If you want to see directories only with detail like LSL option, then you can use below. Above will only give you the detail like you get with the L option.
If you want to support the channel, please consider subscribing.